Rattata. Needless, do I have to say more? Okay, Rattata's shiny sprite. I don't remember seeing that shiny sprite when I first did it. Anyways, Rattata. Normal type, obviously. Popular HM slave, or known as the Fear Rattata. Level 1 Rattata with Endeavor. Ho ho ho. Or whatever. And I don't use one. That's my opinion. I really don't really like Rattata. I don't know why, but I just don't. I mean, Rattata's HGSS sprites are pretty cool, but the itself is not that great. And Raticate is the same thing. He's not really cool looking, and there's barely really a difference between his new sprites compared to his 4th generation sprites. And don't say that HGSS is actually part of 4th generation. That's the series. Technically, it's the remake of 2nd generation. Nothing else. Next off we had Spearow. As most people should know, Spearow is a kind of a cool Pokemon. Most people seem to like Spearow over Pidgey. Well, some people like Pidgey over Spearow, and then some people like Spearow over Pidgey, I believe. Personally, I think Spearow is actually better than Pidgey, even though I don't have one. I also like his Japanese name, Onizuzume. Onizuzume. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then we got Fearow, who is also cool looking. I mean, personally, I think he's pretty cool looking. I mean, Fearow and Spearow, they're both pretty cool. One of the first flying types that I actually like. Next we got Icons. Spell Icons backwards, and surprisingly, Snake. Yeah, definitely unique. But spell Snake backwards. I think Nintendo ran out of ideas or something. As poison types go, I'm not a real big fan of Icons. I mean, I like Arbok's design and all, but Icons itself, no. I mean, Arbok is pretty cool looking. A yellow shiny sprite, I mean, that's kind of cool, I suppose. I mean, he's a Cobra. And literally a Cobra, if you spell Arbok backwards. But overall, I don't really hate Arbok. I mean, he's pretty cool, but I really don't have one trained, and to me, I don't have any intentions of training one. Anyways, we got next is Pikachu. Now, Pikachu, wow, he has like the most changed sprites in the whole not fifth generation. 5th generation is not even out. 4th generation, because they have the Diamond and Pearl sprites, and then the Platinum sprites, and then the HGSS sprites. Wonderful. Just wonderful. You also have to say more about Pikachu, because there's little to talk about Pikachu, because he's like the most popular Pokemon since day 1. Or day 1 in Pokemon days. Anyways, next we have Raichu, which has a somewhat weird shiny sprite. It's red. That's a little weird. Raichu is actually pretty cool looking. I kind of like Raichu, actually. I mean, again, I'm only a big fan of water types and certain other types, but Raichu is actually a pretty cool looking Pokemon. I mean, I don't have one actually, but whatever. Now, I like Sandshrew a lot. I mean, Sandshrew is kind of cute. He's kind of cool at the same time too. I really like Sandshrew. I mean, he's pretty interesting ground type, and I kind of like him actually. Sandshrew is a pretty neat looking Pokemon and somewhat cute too. I kind of actually prefer his HGSS sprite. It's a pity he's not in Soul Silver though. Then we got Sandslash, which is a pretty cool looking Pokemon. Now, some people may not like Sandslash. However, Sandslash is, I think, pretty good. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, it's not too bad on attack and defense. Speed is pretty, I don't know if it's the correct word, but mediocre. But overall, it's not that bad if you get a beneficial nature. Special attack obviously is horrible, and special defense. Usually, if a Pokemon has a good attack and good defense, it's gonna have horrible special attack and horrible special defense, or half of the special defense and regular defense, and so on and so forth. Alright, so Nidoran Female, or Nidoran F, as it's called. I think this was actually the first time when the games were introduced to genders. Now, while the originals didn't have genders, I don't think they were introduced until 3rd generation, I believe. After that, they actually started inputting them. Nidoran F, however, has always remained Nidoran F for a while, or Nidoran Female symbol, as it is. And that's pretty much what Nidoran Female does evolve into something kind of cool. I mean, she evolves into Nidorina, which just looks like a really mutated version of Nidoran F. But Nidoqueen, being a ground poison type, it's not that bad. But Nidoqueen itself, I mean, it has too many weaknesses. I mean, think about it. It's weak against ground. Then you also have the ice and water problems, and that kind of adds up. Now, the only good advantage is, oh, and it's also weak to psychic area. Forgot about that. The one that actually, yeah, there's little advantage over Nidoqueen. I think the big advantage over with her is that she's average. Actually, I'm looking at her base stats right now, and she's pretty much average. The only downside is her special attack and speed, which are in the 70s, but the attack, the defense, and special defense are in the 80s, as well as her HP, which is on the 90 actually. So I guess Nidoqueen isn't a bad Pokemon to use. So I guess I recommend it if you're first introduced to Pokemon. I recommend it. Then we got Nidoran M, or Nidoran Male, with the male symbol, which is the circle and the arrow pointing slightly slanted to the right. Hard to say. I guess at 1 or 2 o'clock. I guess. Actually, I think it is 1 o'clock. Not the time. I mean the symbol and the arrow. Nidoran Male, he barely has a little difference between Nidoran Female, but other than the sprite changes and the slight difference of his body structure. I mean, his ears are more spiky than Nidoran Females, and he's also a little bit more prepared to battle against people, and yeah, that sort of thing. But overall, hardly a bit of change. Nidorino, however, is I gotta stop saying so much. Basically, Nidorino, my bad. He's pretty cool looking, I suppose, but again, he's a poison type, and most poison types aren't that great. And Nidoking, which shockingly, his shiny sprite looks exactly like Nidoqueen's. In fact, the entire Nido male species is actually, all the shiny sprites are blue, which makes them similar to Nidoran females, and so on and so forth. I don't know why, because the other ones aren't like that, except for Nidoran female, I believe. Again, just like Nidoqueen, Nidoking is just poison ground. I mean, if you know Nidoqueen, then you know him well. The one thing that I'm looking at his base stats now, his attack is higher than normal, but he has lower defense. Okay, base speed, I guess. I don't know. You tell me if 85 is a good base speed or not, because I don't know much about EV training or IV training or even... Well, I'm working on the natures, and I'm slightly knowing what the IVs are for, but I don't exactly know what they're for.